Okay, guys, there we go. I was just waiting for Facebook to bring me on up here. No, I don't want to share it on the big TV. Okay. Okay. So, what we're going to do tonight is a shadow box. I have been waiting for the 12 by 12 paper to come in. I went to Michael's and they have rows and rows and rows of 12 by 12, just single sheets. Nothing, and I mean zero American flag, nothing with the red, white, and blue, anything. Being this close to 4th of July, I thought they would have at least had something. And I could have bought a whole paper pad thing, but I didn't like the looks of it anyway. So I went on Amazon, which, you know, is my other favorite place to shop. And these are called Old Glory. It's got these right here. They're double-sided, so one side will have this, and the other side will have a different design. So you're gonna pick. I'm choosing to pick this one right here, like the old worn-out flag, as my backdrop. I didn't realize that they were double-sided, and I was looking in these the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the one I want's not in here. And then it dawned on me that they're double-sided. Even came with little stickers. I'm not using the little stickers, but it came with little stickers. Yeah, okay, come on. There we go. So, one side has just black background with fireworks, but we're using this side right here. It does have, if you can see, like this little strip right here. It looks like it was part of the next, just the way it was cut, but it doesn't matter because when it sits inside here, excuse me, it sits inside there. That should be covered by the frame of the shadow box. So before we do anything, I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna clean out this one. Remember when we did this one, we're gonna take out the little beads, put them back in this, get rid of that, and redo everything. We're gonna take, I have the wood cutouts of the stars. We're gonna decorate those with our transfers. We're gonna put stars and stripes forever on the backdrop of the flag paper. And we're gonna make a new shadow box so I can take it. My little spot on my shelf at work and my cube has been empty for over a week. Every time I look up there, I miss it. So normally I wouldn't be here on a Monday. It's hot, so I was gonna try to make this be a quick one, but I really wanna take this to work tomorrow, so you got me tonight. And you'll probably have me tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm trying to find something quick and easy to do tomorrow night. It's gonna be hot again. And then Wednesday is obviously, my husband likes to stay up and watch that game show, so Wednesday night I'll just be watching TV. Probably doing some stuff with my other side hustle. Get these all out of here. Again, you can see there's a green, that teal colored tape I leave on there, so I'll know that that's the top. Okay, all the beads are out. Oh, I heard one. Oh, there's one right there. He was hiding. That in there. Okay. I think I need to wash this off. It had some kind of something splattered on it. Let's something splattered on it. Don't know what it is, but just gonna use a little water. This poor shadow box has been switched out and switched out and switched out. It's my one I show you guys how to do shadow boxes. It's so much fun. They're one of my favorites. It's got scratches all along here, but like I said, this just hangs out in my cubicle, and people comment when they come over to say something to me and they see it. And okay. No. Wipe the inside just in case. So we're gonna go ahead and move this over. I'm gonna put this back together really quick, simply because I need to get the stars done, because they're gonna go inside. They're gonna go inside. What do I do with the back of this? Oh, it's over here. Found it. So, our pack of stars come with 3. A large one, a medium-sized one, and a small one. We're going to use the medium and the small. The large one we're not going to do. Save it for another project another time. And these are pretty thick. These are like 3/4 of an inch thick. They're really, really thick, you can see. So they're pretty heavy duty. They can be found over on my website. If you don't know what my website is, I will push it in here for right now, and then I will try to remember. Otherwise, you can go to my Facebook business page, and it is on there all the time. Oops. I haven't had to punch this in a long time. .com / sorry, Vicky Joe. And I will pin that. Okay. So that is pinned in the comments. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do the blue one. We're going to do in our cadet, and it's going to have the stars. So the stars will be white. The background will be blue. And then this one we're going to do, I don't know what it's called. The star in the star. We're gonna wax these because they are, even though these are chocolate tour, you can literally feel the roughness of the wood under them. This one's kind of smooth, but still, we're waxing. Wax on, wax off. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this thing that I used to clean the and a little wax on. And I need to turn the volume down. I can hear myself talking. That's up, not off. There we go. Bad enough when you hear an echo, but when it's your own voice. Make sure that I have the right. I always do use this Switcher Studio like I'm using, and I always forget to switch it around. I have it right here so you guys can see this, and then you can see me up in the little corner there. But sometimes I forget and I leave my big face on the screen and you don't see what I'm doing. But nobody ever tells me, so I just am going on and on and on, and all of a sudden, oops. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself for those of you that don't know. My name is Vicki. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. I have been doing this for approximately, it'll be about 2.5 years now. Back here. These are, get this going here. Oops, I forgot to cut it all the way. Silly me. Silly rabbit. Okay. So, these are silkscreen transfers. They are reusable over and over and over and over again. Okay, there is, right here, this is not open. This has a little bit, mesh net netting, which is a silkscreen. Sticky on the back. You can see, sticky. When you're done, this is chalk paste. It's not paint, it is a paste. It is chalk, so what it does is it goes on liquid and it dries hard like chalk. It is removable on most surfaces, like chalkboards, glass, that kind of thing. It can be wetted down and removed. Wood, you can wet it down and it'll move. It might stain it, so you might have to sand it down or paint over that stain, but you can take it off of wood, on most wood. I did wax. If you're wondering why I waxed, what the wax does is it helps get into those grooves. It also puts a coating over the top, so when you stick this down, even, oh my gosh, sorry, even after you put some fuzzing on here, and I'll tell you why I'm fuzzing it in a second, it still can leave the transfer stickiness on there, or it can pull up. So waxing just puts a barrier in between there, and it helps with those grooves in the wood. So when you do put the paste, the chalk paste on here, you don't have leaking or bleeding. You get more of that crisp line that you have here. This is what it's called, fuzzing. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit of the fuzz from this towel, and it's just a terry cloth towel, putting a little bit of fuzzing in between that. So now I have the wax and the little bit of fuzzing on here, so it's still sticky, but it's not going to stick so hard that it's gonna want to leave this. I've forgotten to do it one time, and it actually, I did it on a shirt. Because you can use, we have ink too, so you can use these on fabric with ink to make a permanent type thing. I forgot to put some kind of fuzzing on there, just a little bit, and it kind of left some of the teal colored stickiness on my shirt. Didn't show too well, didn't show too bad, but you still want to be very, very careful. So these you can kind of lift it up. You can, if you have a light tablet, and it's just a tablet, and all it has is light, so you can see through. You can use any tablet if you want to. That'll put it on the bright, and a lot of times, like, I'll use this tablet, but I'll put it on. I'll click that off for a second. I'll put it on this, so it's clear, or it's got that white background. And then you can put it on here, and you can kind of see where the edges of the wood is. So, back there. So, you just want to make sure it's stuck down. So where it's sticky is where you see the teal part here. This teal part. So this is sticky, but it's not anywhere on the wood. You can see that. The only thing that's sticking this down right now are these little fan things that go here, so you really want to be careful. There's a lot of silk screen on this one, so when I do the red, putting red on here, what I'll do is I'll start in the middle and I'll go outward, and that helps. When you start in the center, it helps kind of center it down, so it kind of helps. It's almost like a weight. It kind of weighs it down so it won't lift up or move. But you still want to go slowly, and you want to go outward all the way around there, and that helps with your silk screen too, because right now, like I said, the only thing sticking down is right here. This whole area is not stuck to it, so it can cause a problem. Just go slowly. I do have a fan going on above me that's going pretty heavily because I didn't want to sit here and, you know, sweat. That's kind of gross. Nobody wants to see that. I really need to get me some new red. I ordered a bunch of new paste, and red was not the one I ordered. I do have certain colors that I go through a lot. Red, black, white, those are my go-to colors all the time. Obviously this time of year it is red, white, and blue. Got that Americana thing going all the time in the summertime. Even after the 4th of July, I always try to keep that summertime American spirit going. And then at Christmas time, obviously red, greens, whites. Sometimes blue, but it's usually a lighter blue. Okay, a little bit on there. So we're gonna use our small squeegee. This is a small squeegee. And this is a mini squeegee. You can kind of see they are quite different. Oh. For a long time I had a hard time. I always wanted to call this the small squeegee because this was like a large squeegee, but no. I have large squeegee. They're bigger. I don't use them very often unless I'm doing a large project. But small squeegee. And I'm just going to take my little stir stick and I'm just going to put some in the center here, and I'm going to work it out to the outsides. And you can take some of and scrape some of that excess off so you can move it around. Now I have quite a bit right there off the edge. So now I have quite a bit still on my squeegee, and I'm just going to scrape the excess off, put it back in the jar because you don't want to waste any of that stuff. Because even though you put it on a transfer and use it, doesn't mean that it's not usable. You can still scrape as much as you can, put it back in the jar because you can use that over and over and over again till the jar is empty. Then you're going to lift up very slowly, and then I'm going to show you something here. Isn't that gorgeous? That is gorgeous. So, you will see, you can see or not, because it's red now. There's like little dots in here that are the teal color. And what that is a distressed, gives it a distressed look. So it does look old, like the star has been around for a very long time. So we're going to put this back on here for right now, and I will clean that off when I get a chance after the live. Okay, this. When I first started doing this 2 years ago, I used to always have like a tub of water, which is nice. I stopped doing that. I really need to start doing that again. I really like this. It turned out so cute. The other one's going to be blue with stars. So we'll have our red, white, and our blue. And then we'll have our flag background. Put this somewhere. Put this over here on top of the box of plastic spoons. Yeah. So. Okay, this one's the same. I'm going to. I've used some of these before. So, and then you'll notice as you use them over and over again, they start to lose their stickiness. Don't freak out, because that's normal. Technically, the company says you can use them 8 to 12 times. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I still have my originals. I have every one I've ever done. There are some that I will just slide off with the backer. There's no stickiness whatsoever. You can buy stencil spray and just lightly coat it, let it dry for a few minutes, stick it down. Now it's just a temporary fix, but it will help you in the long run because these are an investment when you buy them. Okie dokie. This one's going to be even worse because it has, only thing it's going to have sticking down on this block of wood are these little tiny stars. That is the only thing keeping it stuck down. So I'm going to rub down, make sure they're stuck. And they're not like stuck. So I mean, they're stuck enough that it's going to keep it from blowing away with the fan and everything. So, but you also want to make sure that those stars are down because you don't want them to bleed through. You want those stars to show up white because everything else is going to be this beautiful blue. This blue is called Cadet. It is just amazing, and it's hard to see in this, but trust me, it is amazing. This formula is the new formula. They had to come up with a new formula because we had so many new designers that they could not keep up with making the old formula. And they were constantly out of paste. And then so they were trying to modify it and it didn't work, and a lot of the paste got foamy. They were not the creamy consistency like they used to be. They would not work well. They would kind of leak through, or when you lifted it up, the foam part of it would just kind of go. It was not good. So they had to get chemists and they got together. It took them quite a while, but they got it, brand new formula. It takes longer to dry, but it's creamy, it's beautiful, we love it. Now, put that there. Maybe. Thank you. Okay. Stars. Now I did have a little bit of, well, it's on the edge, you can't even barely see it, and then right there. But honestly, it's going to be in a shadow box, and nobody but nobody is going to see that itty bitty bleed. So I'm going to go ahead and get this closed up. Now normally pastes come with a black lid and inks come with a white lid. You will notice that this has a purple lid. And that is because with COVID, it is hard to get this stuff, the containers, in supplies. So you'll kind of notice that they, I don't know, you can really tell. This one is slightly, the purple lid is slightly shorter. Same with the round, but you still get the same amount of paste in here. So don't think that because this one is smaller, slightly but smaller, that you're not getting. You are still getting your 3 ounces of paste in here, okay? So when you get the bigger ones, a lot of times it'll look like you're getting cheated, and you're not. You're still getting 3 ounces, whether it's the big jar or the smaller jar. 3 ounces, 3 ounces, 3 ounces. Okay, so I am going to, this one's already dry because this is the old paste. So it's dry, I can, all over. This will take a while to dry. So I'm gonna hit it with my heat gun for just a little bit, just to kind of speed it up a little. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry the rest of the way a la natural. put this over here on the box of plastic forks again. And we bring our shadow box over here. Now, I might need to, I'm gonna have to, because it's still a little damp in the center and I don't want it to get mussed up. So, bear with me while I dry some more. So if you wanted to try this stuff, you can go to my website and you can do, they have try me kits under there, under the shopping. I think it's under specials. They are little try me kits. It's a one-time thing. You get the transfer, some packets of paste, a squeegee, and the surface to do. I think it has like 3 or 4 that you can choose from, so you can choose which one you like or which one fits into your budget. And then it will be shipped out directly to you. And every transfer on the back here has instructions. You can't see that. My transfer came off and was stuck to the cord. Anyway, it has instructions on how to do it. It tells you how to peel, pose, apply, remove, how to heat set, which is what I'm doing. You don't have to. You can just let it air dry. And then how to clean the transfers. Do not ever use soap on them. Just use regular water and a sponge or paper towel. Yep, we're done. We're good. So I can throw my hands on there. So this is going to be what it's going to look like with, well, of course it'll have the background paper. So I'm so jazzed. I can't wait. So what I end up doing, you all know, what I end up doing is I'll put it together, see what it looks like, and then decide where I want to put the wording on the, then I have to take it all back out again. And I think I'm going to have to cut this down because it's a little too, I got to get my paper cutter. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, so remember where I said that we'd have this would not show? Well, we're gonna have to cut that off because it's too long. Too long, too long, too long. So this is just a paper cutter. You can get this at any craft store. You can get it at Walmart, wherever. Turn it around this way. And with these, it has a, you can see in between this little slat right here, there's a wire, and that will tell you exactly where it's going to cut. So what I do is I make sure the cutter's down here or up here, whichever. Make sure that it is buttered up against this little edge right here, so you'll cut even. And now I'm going to cut it right along that edge, and I just boom, just like that, and it's got that nice straight edge. Okay, I'm gonna put this back because really I have no room or anything else on my table whatsoever, ever. Okay. So, back to here. There we go. Now let's see what it looks like once we get the backing on it. And this is where that tape comes in. I've got that tape, and it just lets me know that, like, where this sawtooth is, that's where the top is. So that's how this is going to fit back on here. And seriously, I'm not going to put it back on here. I just want to see what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like, but I'm going to put Stars and Stripes Forever, and I think I may put it on offset it. Just put it over here in it'll show up better here. Because I'm going to use black, but I think this is a little too dark, the stars. And this has a lot more, because this has got the big one. So I think I'm just going to put the stars and stripes here. Stay. Okay, so I'm going to have to fuzz this, and I just covered up my fuzzing towel, so I'm going to use my jeans or my shirt. You can use whatever cloth you happen to have. Okay. So now I need to remember what I'm doing here. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 stripes in. Those wood things are heavy. Okay, so I'm using my birch, my lovely shirt here. By the way, I inked this shirt probably about a year and a half ago. And it still stays on there. I wash it all the time. It's got holes in it. I need to throw it away, but I really like it. Okay. So I'm gonna move it in a little bit so it's not like off to the edge or off to the side too much. I'm gonna kind of use this little stripe here as my guide. I'm just going to push that down just over the words. I'm not going to push it down. It doesn't need to be pushed down all the way over here. Yes, I'm not going to be chalking in that area. Okay, now this one, the purple ones, I'll tell you right now, purple ones do not come with this foam topper because these are not meant to be, you know what I mean? Like I'd explained, these are just ones that they can only get a hold of right now. So hopefully when they are able to get more of these, excuse me, sorry. This is what happens is this, you just peel off, you stick it back in the jar, and then when you put the lid back on, it seals it. So these are not sealable, so I always have to make sure that they're kind of cleaned up on the edge and then tighten them down as tight as I can possibly get them. Very rarely do you have to put water in these new formula. It's pretty much always creamy. Occasionally I've had to, especially when I'm working with this fan and I leave them on and I get to talking, and the next thing I know, it's done. I'm cleaning up and they've kind of dried out a little bit because of the fan, but I just put a little water in. But on a normal, if you're doing it normally like you're supposed to, you don't have to. And if you do, always use distilled, still distilled. If you use regular water or any other of the minerals in it can cause molding, can cause the formula sometimes to be conky-wompy. And I always go slow because if I missed an area and I didn't realize it, then I can lay it back down and redo that. But it's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let me get this cleaned up now. Closed up. Dried. And then we'll put this together and we'll be done. How quick and fun was that? And I always switch this out for the holidays, for every holiday. So this one this one will stay all the way through the end of the summer. So I will have this in my cubicle all summer long, all the way through Labor Day. And then we can start going into fall. And then we can start doing fall stuff in it. I can't wait to do pumpkins for, you know, November, October, November. And yes, why am I heating the back? Because when you heat paper on the front, it tends to want to curl. And if you heat the back too, it kind of makes it go back to being the norm. Especially with the heat gun. Okay. Back over here. So now we will close it all up. We'll take our little twirly knob thingies here and tighten up the back. And of course, there's always the one that wants to be stubborn and be not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Ready, guys? Are you ready? Get this. See that? Go a little closer. Try not to make you dizzy. Get our ink out of the way, that might help. Okay, so here we go. Try not to knock everything on the floor. Lord. Lordy, lordy. Okay, you can see my fan up there. See it going? So, I will post a picture of this. Oh my gosh. There we go. I will post a picture of this on my page and my Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that too. It's at Trickster64. Yes, that's my nickname from a lot of years. So, a big old story behind that. Someday I'll tell you the story. And then YouTube. Okay, I will go ahead and sign off. Have a great night. Thanks for coming on.